Hi, good morning. My name is Father Rayappa. We're going to talk about Francis of Assisi. Francis of Assisi, born Giovanni di Pietro di Bernardone, informally named as Francesco. He was born in 1181 or 1182 and he died in 1226. He was an Italian Roman Catholic friar and a preacher. He founded the men's order of friars minor, the women's order of St. Clare, and the third order of St. Francis, and the custody of the Holy Land. Francis is one of the most venerated religious figures in history. Pope Gregory IX canonized Francis on 16th July 1228. Just immediately after 2 years, Francis of Assisi died 1226 and he became a saint 1228 within 2 years. Along with St. Catherine of Siena, he was designated patron saint of Italy. He later became associated with patronage of animals and the natural environment. Today we call St. Francis of Assisi a patron saint of ecology. And it became customary for Catholic and Anglican churches to hold ceremonies blessing animals on his feast day of 4th October. In 1219, he went to Egypt in an attempt to convert the Sultan Al-Gamil to put an end to the conflict of the Crusades. Church was promoting war, fighting between Muslims and Christians, but Francis was talking about peace. By this point, the Franciscan order had grown to such an extent that its primitive organizational structure was no longer sufficient. He returned to Italy to organize the order. Once his community was authorized by the Pope, he withdrew increasingly from external affairs. Francis is also known for his love for the Eucharist. In 1223, Francis arranged for the first Christmas live nativity scene, the crib, what we celebrate today. So the first nativity scene, the first live crib was decorated in Greccio in 1223. According to Christian tradition, in 1224, he received the stigmata during the apparition of seraphic angels in a religious ecstasy, making him the first recorded person in Christian history to bear the wounds of Jesus Christ's passion. He died during the evening hours of 3rd October 1226 while listening to a reading he had requested of Psalm 142. Actually, we don't have any picture, some paintings available, but we don't have even a snapshot, a photograph of St. Francis of Assisi. But Thomas Celano, his biographer, gives us an eyewitness account of Francis' extraordinary eloquence. His words are portrayed more vivid and lifelike than any painter has ever achieved. Here is the translation from Italian book by Arnaldo Fortini. The book title is Francis of Assisi. So I'm going to read and you are going to listen and you can imagine, and no need of photograph, these words will do. We can imagine how St. Francis looked like. I quote, "He was a most eloquent man, a man of cheerful countenance, of kindly aspect. He was immune to cowardice, free of insolence. He was of medium height, closer to shortness. His head was moderate in size and round, his face a bit long and prominent, his forehead smooth and low. His eyes were of moderate size, black and sound. His hair was black, his eyebrows straight, his nose symmetrical, thin and straight. His ears were upright, but small, his temples smooth. His speech was peaceable, fiery, and sharp. His voice was strong, sweet, clear, and sonorous. His teeth were set close together, even and white. His lips were small and thin, his beard black, but not bushy. His neck was slender, his shoulders straight, his arms short, his hands slender, his fingers long, his nails extended. His legs were thin, his feet small, his skin was delicate, his flesh very spare. He wore rough garments, he slept but very briefly. He gave most generously, because he was very humble. He showed all mildness to all men, adapting himself usefully to the behavior of all. The more holy amongst the holy, among sinners, he was as one of them. Such a beautiful description of St. Francis of Assisi. Only Thomas Celano, his biographer, can write like this. And we can imagine the whole figure better than a photograph. So St. Francis of Assisi also celebrated the first nativity scene in Greccio, Italy in 1223. And the first Christmas crib is celebrated. And today is Christmas. I'm celebrating 2016. So I want to make this speech, and I hope you will have a blessed Christmas. Thank you. Bye.